Hello, we will be discussing your solution to one of the questions that you answered during the assessment. Can you explain your thought process behind the fare calculation?
For the fare calculation, I have just first created a double statement, so that I have given a variables like extra base, extra rate, what is the extra base, next extra rate charges, fare charges, and I have created a cases in which hatchback having an extra base price as 10 rupees, flat rate as 10 rupees, and then the distance for the 10 net next base rate for the distance is 10 kilometer, 10 rupees, and next for the extra one I have created a 3 kilometer. Like that I have created a three I have created a three cases in which includes hatchback and hatchback and luxury sedan and electric scooter. So these three I have included, and I have also included a static double in it. And after that I have switched the cases for verifying the uh, invalid outputs also. So then I have fixed the prices for base rate for the base prices.
Got it. It sounds like you set up a structure for the fare calculation. Can you clarify how you handle the distance when it exceeds the base distance for each vehicle type? What logic did you implement for that?
After I mean like when it exceeds the base price, the code actually generates more amount of energy, like more amount, and it will tell an invalid input. So if it exceeds the limit, there will be we'll be showing alert to the alert to the person saying that the fare has been extended, so that accordingly they can move. Yeah.
I see you're considering invalid inputs. But
Yeah.
how do you calculate the fare for distances beyond the base limit? Can you walk me through the calculation for, say, a hatchback when the distance is 12 kilometers?
If it Just a second.
Sure. Yeah, take your time. Is everything okay on your end? If you
Yeah.
need a moment, that's totally fine.
Yeah, I just need a moment.
No problem at all. Just let me know when you're ready.
So for a 12 kilometer in hatchback, so the actual price for the flat rate is 10 rupees, right? So five rupees per kilometer for distance up to 10 kilometers. So if it's 5 rupees per kilometer for distance up to 12 kilometers, up to 10 kilometers, then it will be 5 plus 3 as 8. I
You're
mean,
on
like,
the right track with the flat rate and the base rate. But just to clarify, for the distance beyond 10 kilometers, how do you calculate the fare for those extra 2 kilometers? What would the total fare be for 12 kilometers in a hatchback?
so for that extra 2 kilometers, I'll be calculating it like it is actually there is a condition I have mentioned it. If at all, if it is exceeded, it will be given 3 rupees per kilometer thereafter. So it will be, yeah, it will be 5 plus 6. It will be 11, total 11 rupees for extra 2 kilometers. It will charge 6 rupees.
That makes sense. So, just to sum it up, for a 12 kilometers ride in a hatchback, you have the flat rate of 10 rupees, 50 rupees for the first 10 kilometers, and then 6 rupees for the extra 2 kilometers. So, the total fare would be 66 rupees. Now, how do you apply the promotional discounts for new users or loyal users in your calculation?
So for the new users or loyal users, we'll be first calculating the how much like what they have been using in these three conditions. If at all, if it's hatchback, we'll be giving 10% or else 5% of discount for a loyal or else the customers like lawyer or else first new customers. For luxury sedan, as it is we might be giving it 5%. So if it's new, we'll be giving it 10%, mentioning the condition like we'll be we'll be giving a new user, right? So eco-friendly, right? So if for different vehicles we are giving different, right? So first we'll be registering in it so that we'll get like we'll be giving the charges like by through the login number we'll be knowing it, in knowing it, is it a new user or else a loyal user. If it's a loyal user, we'll be considering with the number of rides he have booked, he or she have been booked. If its rides exceeds above 10, for example, it's above 10, we'll be giving it 10% discount on total. Or else if it's ride exceeding more than 20, it will be 10%. If it's 10 rides, it will be 2%. Like that, based on the number of rides, we'll be giving it, the discount will be given between 10%, 5% to 10%.
I see you're considering different discounts based on user status and ride history. Just to
Yeah.
clarify, how do you ensure that the discounts are applied correctly after calculating the total fare? What steps do you take in your code to implement that?
So in my step, I'll be using a calculator and I'll be using if else conditions. So if the user has gone, if I've taken a hatchback user as an variable like A or A, so if he have done more rides like 10 plus, so I'll be giving the total fare of 10%, and then after that I'll be implementing like total of the total amount whatever it is generated above before in the function, in the total function class. I'll be just giving 10% on it by using I'll be implementing 10% on it in my code, like giving it the logical on the code, giving the logic on this code.
That sounds like a solid approach. Using if else conditions to apply the discounts based on user status is a good way to handle it. Just one last thing, how do you handle invalid inputs? Like if someone enters a negative distance or an invalid vehicle type. What checks do you have in place for that?
So if the person is getting invalid inputs or invalid checks, we will actually invalid inputs or invalid checks.
It seems like your response got a bit cut off. Can you elaborate on how you handle those invalids and inputs? What specific checks do you implement in your code?
I just need a five of little time, like 2 to 3 seconds. So can I take my time?
Of course, take your time. Just let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Whenever you're ready, feel free to continue.
So what are the what are the ones? Can you please repeat the question regarding the input invalid inputs?
Sure. I was asking how you handle invalid inputs, like if someone enters a negative distance or an invalid vehicle type. What specific checks do you have in your code to manage those situations?
So first of all, here we'll be using it here. First, we have been used the cases like all these three cases for like hatch, luxury sedan, and electric scooter, right? So for the first, only for these customers we'll be implementing for these three vehicles we'll be giving a particular variable, so that these three variables are only entered into the code block. So other than these three variables, if any other variable like any other vehicle come like executed in this block, it will show an invalid input, like it will give an invalid arguments like invalid arguments like invalid exception arguments, telling it is an invalid invalid user has been entered. And yeah, that's it.
That sounds good. So you're using a switch case to validate the vehicle types and throwing an exception for invalid inputs. How about the distance? How do you check the distance entered is valid, like ensuring it's not negative?
So distance we always calculate it in positive. So how much how much distance he have been gone through will be, we'll be just connecting it with the, could you please repeat the question again?
Sure. I was asking how you ensure that the distance entered is valid, specifically checking that it's not negative. What kind of validation do you implement for the distance input?
I just need 2 to 3 seconds of time.
No problem. Take your time. Just let me know when you're ready.
Yeah.
Great. So, how do you validate the distance input to make sure it's not negative?
So, coming towards distance, I'll be checking the distance as per the base price. So, here we have already mentioned, like if it if for example, if electric scooters flat price is 8 rupees per 8 rupees, and after the 4 rupees for distance up to 8 kilometers. So once if the vehicle exceeds the flat rate and